Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here, and once again it is time for a bench press day. But for those who saw the reel already, we got a PR here. Pretty dang happy with it. Again, 315 for 8. Had anyone said 6 months ago I'd be hitting 315 for 5+ reps at all, I think most people would have called him a liar. Just got 8 reps. Nice good pause on the last rep. Very, very happy here. Ironically, I felt good after this. I felt less fatigued on this one than I did on my 7 rep last time. But then I get over to do my accessory work, my assistance work. I put 275 on the bar and 5 reps felt really, really heavy. And I realized all of a sudden my pecs felt tired from that. Which was interesting because my pecs got a good pump, but they didn't feel that fatigued. I could feel the triceps really, really handling the brunt of the work later. But it seems like when I got to this, the 275 just felt heavy. And I got 3 sets of 8 with this last time, right? 3 sets of 8 while doing a little less on the peak set. So I hit a PR on the peak set, then I get to this rep work and everything was just kind of done. But I still came in and did it and realized, well, let me keep pushing the triceps because, again, one of the things I always notice on those top sets, triceps can really, really limit me near the end, right? They seem to really limit my ability to get the final reps. They're kind of a game changer. So I'm like, let me go ahead and keep and double down on the tricep work. Last time I started skipping the incline, cutting it back out, just focusing on the pause benching back off work, lots of tricep work, lots of upper back work. What happens? I come in and get a PR. But I am fighting a general recovery thing. That's the one thing I'm noticing as I get stronger and stronger and stronger on the benching, my recovery is a larger and larger challenge. Hey, I've got to make every last bit of benching I do count because it does hit me hard on the recovery side. So one of the things I did here, I'm like, let me do a second set of this. I'm going to pause everything, real solid pauses. Why? Because the rep work, I really have to get good at the pauses. The pausing is really what's helped bring my benching up. It's been an enormous factor. And if I can continue to use that last bit of benching energy I have left to do all this pause stuff, pecs will grow, we'll get faster off the chest, learning to stay tight. And then once I get it moving, I just have to be able to lock it. So I need the triceps for that. But we also come over to, what's going on with triceps. What are we doing? I need the triceps strong in all positions. I need it strong in all positions because we can talk about speed off the bottom, and I think we need extensions for that. I think the Skullcrushers matter tremendously due to that activation of the long head, going into the Lincoln position. So I just did supersets on those with these dumbbell rows. This is the heaviest weights I've been able to handle so far, still getting 10s with it. They felt challenging today. And I think a lot of it is that top set of bench, even though I knew it felt like an 8 rep max, I didn't feel as fatigued as my performance would indicate afterwards, right? It didn't feel as difficult as some of the previous ones, but it really was. I didn't perceive it that way. And maybe it's that high of getting that PR, knowing I had a PR in the tank, pushing through it. It felt good when I did it. And then once I came down from that within a few minutes, it's like my hormonal response, brain response just kind of said, okay, that was a lot of work. So everything just kind of felt heavier after that today. So I decided to work the Skullcrushers back in, but we're going to take them all the way back down, right? Back down to like the bare minimum weight I'll do. Did sets of 12, supersetted them with the power curls. Power curls, I think I got like 1 extra rep today because I got 12, 13. Doesn't mean I need to necessarily increase this weight because this weight's already, we're using some body English, which is what we want to do on these. I don't think I need to add any more weight till I master, using this weight. Okay, because I don't want to start adding more swing to it just to get that. The Skullcrushers, I really worked on getting that stretch at the bottom. I wanted that lengthened position on the triceps. Not only is that more potential growth, okay, because we have to use the, a lighter weight to get that last bit of stretch. It will limit the weight we can use. Again, it's going to be a little easier on the tendons. And I can build these back up heavier again. But again, I just need to get that volume, get the quality reps. Let's build the triceps, and I need that lengthened position. We have to have it for hypertrophy. It also helps with speed off the chest on the benching. And then everything else can be bands, bands, bands. Because the bands are really what carry over to that work capacity on the lockout. But I want the triceps to be fully developed. Okay, and now I'm hitting two different angles. Now people will say, you're not getting that on bench now, you're just pause benching on everything. Yeah, but my chest has been growing, and the issue is we're kind of at the limits of what I can seem to tolerate from recovery. My triceps, I have a lot of work capacity to improve. A lot of my benching is done really well. When I do strength work like that for the triceps, really focus on them and then double down on all that band work, okay? But again, the band work has to be done in waves too. Sometimes we can get over fatigue doing too much volume on that. So again, we have to watch it. But I feel like right now, since I'm mitigating the volume on everything else, I can take the triceps, do all the band work, build that work capacity, build the tendons right now, while I'm running everything else at a little more moderated volume. Okay, I think we'll continue to see those PRs rep at a time. And to be honest, I didn't come in this morning expecting to get that PR. I started the set and realized I had it. By the second rep, definitely by the third rep, I'm like, yeah, I can get 8. I know I can do 8 today. And we managed to squeeze it out with a nice good pause on rep 8. So, again, have to be happy with that. But what seems to be doing that? Paying close attention to the recovery. Really looking at every set and saying, do I need this for all the pressing? How much can I get away with? Focusing on the pause work. Looking at things like minimum effective volume. What's the bare minimum that I can get some progress on so that I can recover, so that I'm not beating my shoulders up, so I'm not running into these issues? And then we come over to the band work. How do we keep healthy shoulders? Was another method. Work capacity on the bands, work capacity on the triceps, tricep strength. Because what invariably happens if your triceps are weak? That bar starts drifting towards your face more and more. We use more shoulder, puts more stress on our shoulder joint. Okay, puts more stress on all of it. How do we control that? Getting the triceps stronger, and then building the work capacity on the triceps so that triceps are not giving out on the final reps when we do those really challenging sets, so that we can keep that bar further away from the face, because the triceps can follow through. And if we can do that, what happens? Less wear and tear on our shoulders. Our shoulders last longer. Less fatigue, less stress. So another key to keeping the shoulders as healthy as possible is to overdevelop your triceps. Overdevelop their size, overdevelop their work capacity. So I ended up doing 6 sets of these today. A lot of band work. Again, also helps keep the tendons healthy so that I can bring those skull crushers up heavier over time. Because again, those tend to be limited by elbow tendon health. Okay, so this all has to feed into everything else, right? Not even a case of, hey, what's the best exercise for this? No, we need them to flow and feed into each other. All right, guys, but that's really all I have to say on that today. I hope it's been informative, and I'll talk to you guys next time.